SNL question. Dear Dwayne The Rowe Johnson, Dave Bautista, Stone Cold Sensei Carl, and Vince McMahon. That's very well done, Thomas. Thomas has set this in. All right, Lids, I know you prefer American comedy. I'm very much the same. A lot of my favourite comedians and actors got their big break on Saturday Night Live. That show has helped launch so many careers and has brought comedy to a massive audience for years now. It's become a prestigious thing for celebrities to host. So I thought it would be interesting to hear your take on whether a show like that could ever work over here. Do you think British comedy could make a show like that? Would the British audience embrace it? Would you like to be in the cast should it ever happen? And who do you think would be perfect for it? Keep up the brilliant work. Your pod has kept me sane over a year now while I've been shielding. Love you guys. That's from Thomas. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of SNL, but I follow their clips channel because they have years of just amazing highlight clips of people that you'll love. Will Ferrell, Bill Hader, and Kate McKinnon, who's on it now.
She's great.
She's so good. If you've never watched loads of SNL stuff, I bet you've seen it by accident, but the Close Encounters clip, it's so well done. It's like their clips get about 5, 6, 7, 8 million views. That on YouTube's on 47, and it's just it's meant to be like the CIA interviewing these 3 rednecks that have been taken, sort of beamed up by aliens, and 2 of them have had this. It's Ryan Gosling, and 2 of them have had a really nice experience with, like, I don't know what you call it. I suppose you call it God. There was a blue light and it raised down on me, and I just knew then that everything would be all right. And then Kate McKinnon at the end, she's like, wow. Freaking different fucking experience. I had these little green men slapping my knockers. And there's about 47 of them, and one of them was at the door. It felt super not legit. He was kind of the lookout, and they were kind of gentle, not hurting, just sort of like
don't
flapping.
Don't you fucking dare touch my fucking tits.
That's what she does on the clip.
Well, let's leave it on the clip.
You're really touchy about your tits, aren't you?
Yeah.
You won't be milked. You won't be touched.
Yeah, I'm weird like that.
You have changed.
Fuck, it's almost like something you've got something to hide.
There's
got big nips.
There's a lot of SNL clips that I think are good. There's a lot that I think are a bit shit. I think it's a serviceable part of the American comedy industry because it does launch careers and stuff, and they do have some great guest hosts. I think they've got a very big budget because America's so big and it goes out. I think you would struggle budget wise to make something as good over here.
It's also a cultural thing, isn't it? That show, if it launched now, wouldn't work. But because it's been going for 50 years, it's part of the landscape of comedy. Like, Lorne Michaels, who is the producer of it, is worth $500 million because it's done that kind of numbers. And you've got film stars all through the generations of like people that are on it. Have just become massive stars, so that also has gravitas. How would you start that over here? Who would you get? Like Nish Kumar? Like, you'd even struggle to get him because it'd be like, it's a risk because it sounds like, would it be ITV that commissioned it? And then everyone's like, fucking don't trust ITV with it. Like, it's a weird one. Don't know how you'd ever get it off the ground.
Yeah, it'd just be the same people doing the same fucking shit they do on every other show over here. Like, TV comedy over here is just very samey. And we sort of discussed this on the Alfie Brown thing, is like we've spoke about it a billion times on this, but like there's a genuine need for diversifying talent in comedy and on TV over here. But it is putting people on TV now. That drive for diversity is putting people on TV who aren't ready for it, in my opinion. There's people who can't do club gigs who are doing 4 and 5 TV shows in a month on the telly, and then they're touring with an hour that isn't, it's just not at the standard that it used. Like 15 years ago, if you got a nationwide tour selling between 100 and 1,000 seats in venues, you'd done years on the circuit and you could fucking smash for an hour easily. It's just not like that anymore. And over there, what that Saturday Night Live would become would be, we need a cast that's very diverse. And there's a lot of great talent out there, but there's the talent that would be seen as ticking the right diverse box. A lot of them would be too big to be in the cast, certainly at the start of it. So you'd end up with quite a weak cast on a shoestring budget. Yeah, the show would be shit.
I bet they get 300-400 grand for a series, each actor, I bet their pay from SNL is massive. And crucially,
Google that, Saturday Night Live cast members.
The writers, if you go through all of the writers for SNL, historically, when you've seen all these famous people on it, you then go through like the list of people that have written for SNL, and they become giants because they're getting paid.
$7,000 per episode, 21 episodes, so they get $147,000.
So they get $147,000, and then it also leads to like massive amounts of opportunities because it's being watched by 20, 30 million people or something ridiculous.
But that's for your first year. So like obviously after that you get renewed. So Kenan Thompson, who was in Kenan and Kel, he's on $25,000 per episode.
He's the longest serving ever, isn't he?
Yeah, Michael Shea, $15,000 per episode. Pete Davidson, $15,000. Like.
So so Kate McKinnon, I bet is one of the higher ones as well. But that's major talent, isn't it? Kate McKinnon's in films now.
$25,000 per episode.
So that equates to what? $600,000 for the series, doesn't it? Around that, mate. It's major money, and it brings in the talent. What's interesting about what Adam just said is all of the same, like, oh, we've got to have diversity and blah blah blah. It would be on a smaller budget. But who can do live sketches? Because I can't do pre-recorded advert reads. So I would...
You've got to be an actor.
I would love to see them try it because there's been so much shit that's been done over here that is samey. They've nicked this, they've nicked that. But that goes out live. Like, they do those sketches while... Like, they've got Louis... Their guests are amazing as well. So they're filming their scene, and if you watch these clips, you just get used to it. They're just looking off. They look like they're like was it 1,000-yard stare where they're just looking off? They've got someone behind them on a cue card with their fucking lines. Yeah. And then they drop that, and I would be fascinated to see just that, whether it went wrong or if it went really well. The amount of pressure would be fucking brutal. And then you've got the added layer of what happened with that Close Encounters clip. Ryan Gosling is a top actor. He's in some amazing
Hollywood
films.
Superstar.
He's a superstar, but he's good. Like, he's not just like a face. He's a good-looking lad or whatever. But he's
A-list, isn't he?
He's A-list, but he's talented. He's done some amazing roles. He sat there and got the giggles through Close Encounters, and the girl next to him, I don't know her name, was like, oh, he's getting emotional because he was like. Because it was so funny. So not only have you got to remember your shit, so, and the crowd know it. Some of the best clips of SNL are from, you watch it, don't you, Finn? From the dress rehearsals where all the audience are in, they run the whole show before, and the cast know that, like, it's not going out, and the giggles are off the charts. I love, like, I know it's a wanky thing, but blooper reels are funny. I would love to see British comedians under that level of pressure.
Well, the thing is, like, it goes back to sort of how America is further ahead of us when it comes to comedy. Like, Kenan Thompson is a comedy actor. He's not a stand-up comedian. I imagine at some point he'll do a stand-up special, or he's probably done it a bit. But he's a comedy actor. That's his thing. We don't really have that over here, do we? We have
Miranda and the girl from Fleabag, who's fucking brilliant.
Exactly, but it's rare because the country's so much smaller.
Yeah, there are some sketch shows that have gone on, like Big Train and Fast Show, where you call them comedy actors.
Yeah,
but here's a smaller pool.
Yeah, and when you pick them from a smaller pool, it's hard to get.
Look at Mock the Week. What's your man? Is it Hugh Dennis?
Yeah.
When they went to, like, is it what was it called? Punt and Dennis. That was their sketch show. So when they started Mock the Week, they went to a non-comedian. They went to a comedy actor.
Yeah.
So would you do it? SNL, what would they call it? It'd be called, like, what would it be called? It couldn't be called SNL, could it?
It probably could. They'd probably, like, if they did it, they'd probably license it, I think. I think they would. I think they'd have to. If it was going to be sort of a
Or
copy.
they do like an Aldi version of it.
Yeah.
Friday night, not pre-recorded. From ITV Studios, featuring Adam Rowe.
I don't know.
So
I probably would do it.
Right.
But I think I'd get fucking... I don't think I'd last as long as Kenan Thompson has.